There we are. Okay. Banner. And give people a little bit to pile in here. And we'll talk about today's topic. Welcome to Sapphire Ridge News. Today we are going to be talking about Gabby Petito, a gorgeous young blonde girl that was unalived by her boyfriend in 2021, and new revelations that have come out that regarding the Moab, Utah Police Department, and it looks like they could have possibly saved her life, and we'll get into it. A little bit of background. Gabby Petito was a girl from Long Island, New York, who her friends all describe her as outgoing and friendly and always look for the best in everyone. And she wanted to be a YouTube influencer and live in a van and travel the country and show people the state parks. And she almost got her wish. Well, she did get her wish, but then because she took her boyfriend with her, who was known to be jealous of her and controlling of her, it ended up bad for Gabby. This is a heartbreaking tale. One of her friends has recently said that he wanted to go out for the evening, wanted Gabby to go with. Nothing untoward between them. They were just friends. And that Brian threw a fit and said that she would not be allowed to go anywhere with another man except him. And it ended up that she said she was going, that he couldn't control her, blah, 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 how that goes. So Brian stole her ID. That's a huge red flag. And that when she found out that Brian was the one that stole her ID, that there was a big argument, and Gabby ended up during the argument smacking him in the face and saying something to the effect, "You can't do that," to which he apparently slugged her. Um, then we go to, she bought the van. She had it outfitted so that she could live in the van while she traveled. And Brian went with her. And then we get to the incident in Moab, Utah. Someone saw Brian and Gabby arguing and called 911 and said that Brian was pushing her around, and it appeared that he was trying to push her down on the ground, and that, that they should investigate this. Well, when the police caught up to Gabby and Brian was driving, and the police saw them arguing, him lunging towards her while he was driving, and they decided to pull them over. They get Gabby out of the car. This should have been red flags for the police officers. Gabby immediately apologizes for Brian's behavior. She explains, and this is all on body cam, that she's a YouTube influencer and trying to show people on YouTube, on social media, that how pretty our country is and share her life with them. And then, second red flag, she said, Brian told me I'm not smart enough. And she said an argument ensued. Well, of course, an argument ensued. You tell someone they're not smart, you should get an argument. And so the Moab Police Department get him out of the van, and he's got scratches on his face, scratches on his arms, and he tells the Moab Police Department that she started the fight and that she started hitting him and slugging him. That is not what the 911 caller said. So they gave them both a warning and let them go, but then said if anyone was arrested, that Gabby would have been arrested for being the aggressor and starting the fight. That's just ridiculous. All of her friends said that she was the one that was friendly, wanted everyone to get along, always look for the good in everybody. And so even if someone would have been arrested and it would have been Gabby, she would still be alive. But because they did not behave correctly, in my view, and they let them go on, within the next several days, Gabby was unalived. But between then, some very strange things happened. Brian left Gabby in a hotel room in Moab, took her van. Well, no, he flew back to Florida, but left her there by herself. And then after a few days, he came back and they continued on north. And then here's where things kind of get sketchy and kind of weird. There is pictures of the van in a camping area near Arches National Park in Moab. And there was another couple came forward and said they saw her van at this park, at this campground. And when the police searched the campground, they found Gabby's body. And they said, the coroner said that death was blunt force trauma to the head and neck, and she was strangled. But here is a bizarre thing. Brian took her van and drove back to Florida with her van. And he also went to some park by his mom and dad's house in Florida, took his car. This gets really weird. He took his car and went to the park. After a day, his mom and dad went and took the car and drove it back home, said they didn't want it to get towed. They apparently didn't go and check on him to see if he was okay. Well, my mic keeps cutting out. I don't know how much that. All right, I'm back. So I don't know where the mic cut out. Um, I'll go through stuff again. Uh, Gabby was unalived by her boyfriend. Um, and then he left her and drove her van to his parents' house in Florida. They apparently didn't get alarmed and ask and say, "Hey, where's Gabby?" Because he's in her van and she's not with him. And so then he took his car and drove to the park near his parents' house. And the day after he did that, his parents went and got the car, left him there at the park by himself. Apparently, never checked on him to see if he was okay. Um, and 3 weeks later, he was found to have committed suicide, single gunshot wound to the head. And they found a journal where he wrote out, he basically confessed to having unalived Gabby. But his version of events was very bizarre. said that she fell down and hurt her leg, and rather than try and get her help, that he decided to unalive her. What kind of bizarre shit is that? That's just bizarre. They did set up the Gabby Petito Foundation, which I would encourage everyone to go and check out. The Gabby Petito Foundation is set up in her memory to help um, victims of domestic abuse. That's what I got for y'all today, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye now.